heritage. He was like a glancher. And I remember this so clearly. Women and now and I live in Pennsylvania. I was grown ups would not be so bossy and tell us what to do all the time. They could play more and let us do whatever we want. I'm Diamond from Jamaica. And I am 9. I would like a go cook up Gavayang King.
In case you missed that, my last friend Jaiman said he would like us to stop the violence and killing. And that's it for this week on the Moth Radio Hour. Thank you for listening. I hope you'll join us next time.
In the show, along with additional
relationship with the whole genome and the complexity of living organisms. With its toxic chemical inputs.
Visit themoth.org.
Shiva, she says, quote, what we do to the earth, what we do to the land, what we do to biodiversity eventually comes back to us. There is no separation, unquote. Our guest today is Vandana Shiva. She's an internationally renowned voice for sustainable development and social justice. She's a physicist, scholar, and social activist. She's a founder of Navdanya and director of the Research Foundation for Science, Technology, and Natural Resource Policy in New Delhi. She's the recipient of the Sydney Peace Prize and of the Right Livelihood Award. She's the author of many books, including Water Wars, Earth Democracy, Soil Not Oil, and Oneness versus the 1%. She spoke at an event organized by the Graduate School of Design at Harvard in Cambridge, Massachusetts. And now, Vandana Shiva. Thank you so much to the wonderful young women of the Graduate School of Design for organizing a whole week to celebrate women's power. And most importantly, to celebrate it at a time where the world needs it desperately. We're living through times when life on Earth itself is threatened. Design isn't just in the obvious field of design. Even science is about design. Because the way you design the world in your mind is the way you relate to it in the real world. And when you design it as dead matter just to be exploited, you will exploit it. When you design it without any understanding of limits, you will violate the planetary limits. When you design it with deep recognition of interconnectedness, you will nurture those relationships. And this basic recognition is what I drew my learnings in quantum theory, that non-locality, non-separation, interconnectedness, that is the nature of reality. But we have a design in the paradigm of mechanistic thought, which didn't evolve, it was imposed. That mechanistic thought is based first on the assumption that we are separate from nature, and nature is constituted of discrete particles separate from each other who can only relate through violence, through force, through action by contact. In the quantum, there is no separability. Everything is interconnected. There are no fixed essentialized qualities that have been built into the way people are looked at, nature is looked at. Potential is the defining quality in the quantum world. The fixed immutable particles that cannot change need force. And the kind of force that applies chemicals, even through the genetic manipulation, where the idea is that a gene is not in relationship with the whole genome and the complexity of living organisms, and it's
relationship with all the organisms it relates to. A gene is an atom. In fact, the word originally used for genes was atoms of biological determinism. Quantum theory is based on the psi function, the potential. And because it's about potential, it's also about uncertainty. The mechanical world is based on a false illusion of determinateness, certainty. And
so this lady's right on, right? She's going on about how materialism and the mechanic viewpoint of the corporate state, that everything's just a component, a widget that fits into the machine, and you can burn it out and move on, right? Make a profit on it. Not everything's about profit. And we are, going to this other extreme where no one's going to own anything. No one's going to, no one's going to check. And AI, we're going to electric cars because they will be able to, there's this thing called, it's like Xeroxing a machine, right? A three-dimensional manufacturing, right? And right now, a car has, 60,000 parts that go into it. When they are going to Xerox the car, they won't Xerox 60,000 parts and then men will put them together. No, they will Xerox like 3 parts, the engine part, the chassis part, and the rest of the car part, right? And just kind of stick them together. AI can do that in a flash. And everything that we are experiencing right now is this determinist, where you're either a wave or a particle. No, Heisenberg showed that you are a wave and a particle, right? And here it is. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome to Dreamy Dreamland with Sensei Bob 739. And you can get a hold of me at my YouTube. Make a comment right here, right now. We're doing a live chat. That's what I do, a live chat, right? So, but most of you watch it later. You don't want to chat. You don't want to, make a comment. You don't want to, express yourself. You're either scared to, or you're lazy to, or you are so consumed by the material world that you see this, you like the vibe, because this is a shamanic ceremony, right? And you like the vibe, and so it's not that I look good, it's not that I'm whining about this, that, or the other thing, even though I am whining about the worldview and what's going on, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't, because it's an illusion. Right? I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he's lets me drive over to his house and sit on his driveway and use his Wi-Fi. But lots of people stay there, so lots of people use it, and so the Wi-Fi company said, "Oh, well, you have too many devices on it. You got to blah blah blah." So I need to go through all kinds of changes, and in actuality, the Wi-Fi, we barely had Wi-Fi from the internet out there in the field, maybe. But good old Biden, $20 million into our little neighborhood to get broadband. They threw it in there, fiber optics, and it's called Mob Digital. Now, unless you live among the newly mob-oriented creative communities, you don't get it. If you want it, you have to pay $600 to have it installed, and then $50 a month. Right? Otherwise, you don't get it. They also bought. Oh. The hey there's one of you. Is that you AI or is that a human being? AI usually, AI used to come on immediately, bang, right there, right? And watch the whole thing, right? And that was the part of AI that was becoming generally intelligent, right? Anyway, you've seen me less now because I don't have any cash to put in the gas tank. I had to spend. I live on $400. I had to spend $500 to get my car fixed this month. So, I really have very, very, very little disposable income. But I'm going to go see my doctors here and do a few other chores. So I thought I'd come into this most prestigious, pretty public lunch spot of this super duper fancy supermarket. Virtually everything that you buy today for food is going to kill you. It's all GMO, it's all chemically induced, it's all forced. There's nothing about it. So protein is the chicken. And if I buy a day-old chicken, even Walmart's new chicken coming off the assembly line cost $8, right? But it's a pretty big fat chicken. It's bigger than this, but not by much. This is they say it's range, whoopee chicken, so organic chicken, and this is yesterday's chicken, so it's $4. So it's still moist and yummy, and it's in barbecue skin. That's my meal for the day, Mr. Chicken. Anyway, so you're still there. So let's see. First off, let's see if Johnny Boy will answer the phone. I talked to him yesterday. It was hard to have a conversation with a boy. Then now,
any customer service desk, please? Any
I should
customer
have
service
phone
desk?
service, but it wants me to use Google rather than. Let's see. So we're calling Johnny Boy, see if he answers. He's afraid to talk to me because I only talk about what's going on in his life and how he can make it better. But to make your life better, you have to be involved. Right? You can't blame other people. You can't say it's, a lot of people say it's God's fault. But he's all praise God, praise Jesus. Well, that's nice to say.
Please leave your.
That's nice to say, but the real deal is you read the Bible. To be able to quote the Bible is a waste of time because you can just read it. You don't have to quote it, right? Read it. And when you're reading it, and in the beginning there was the Word, right? I can hear the chicken go, please, no, don't eat me. Please. But we are so detached. Back in the day, so I was a farm boy, and even though I grew up in New York City, Harlem, Park Avenue, Lower East Side, Waynesburg, Brooklyn, Tribeca, South Bronx, even though I lived in all those places, it's about chickens. Not so much on Park Avenue, but pretty much everywhere else. I saw a lot of, grandma, go out to her hen up on the roof take the chicken, put it, on a block of wood, whack. Right? So I knew what the reality of eating chicken was. What's really interesting is that a third of all the man-made, what they call global warming chemicals, like your carbon footprint, is made from corporate agriculture. When you cut down rainforests to grow palm oil and to have cows, right? And they blame cows for a lot of methane. But if we only, instead of feeding them corn, which causes, making corn makes a lot of tractors, fertilizer, etc., GMO, right? And Mr. Poor Cow will eat it and get fat, but its body wasn't. Its body was designed to eat grass, right? So if you want Mr. Cow not to fart methane, stop giving him corn, right? And if you really want him to get stop farting methane, feed him feed made from seaweed. Because cows have two guts, or two stomachs. And the methane doesn't come out their butt, it comes up the mouth from burping. So, all these things are integrated, connected, and your life is connected to it. So John, that's why John is the perfect metaphor for the canary in the coal mine of pain, because he creates the pain, meaning I have tremendous pain. I wake up in the morning, every morning, I have, neuropathy, I have diabetes, I have sharker legs, I have osteoarthritis, and a lot of it. But I don't take painkillers. I don't really take medicines for it, right? I meditate and pray. Right? If you want to be connected to God, the first thing you got to be is thankful. I wake up every morning and go, thank you, God. Hey, that I'm alive. Thank you, God. I'm talking to you now, and we can distract me from the pain, and then all of a sudden just keep talking to God about how much I love God, and everything I have is to co-create with God, right? So the deep green I have made, if you ever read the Exodus, and it goes into great detail on how to transport the Ark of the Covenant and where to put it and what the temple should be and how many cubits and what kind of drapes, and you name it, right? So that's what I do in my deep green. And I was talking to John Boy about, he's just going on how terrible it has been for an art piece. He goes, oh, no, it was, my father, it's all his fault. Blah, blah, blah. And you want me to be miserable. What is, it's, you're the devil, I'm the only thing close to a friend, right, that John has. Not even friends to himself. Let's see if he's going to keep calling him and see if he answers. Hey. Whoa. So that's the real deal. It's that you have to be. You read the Old Testament, and God, whenever He's talking to any of the prophets, and that's prophet was anybody who would listen to God. Noah, Abraham, Moses. Right? Moses was trying to brush the burning bush off. We were up there on top of a mountain with goats, and all of a sudden, a bush was being consumed by fire, but not, not being consumed, just burning, but not being consumed, and it was talking to you, I would listen. I would, he was like, get lost. Why should I talk to you? I don't care. Blah, 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 right? And burning bushes, go to Egypt and free, set the, our tribe free. Why should I? They diss me. I'd still be living in the lap of luxury if, they were jealous, blah, blah, blah. Why should I go? Don't you want to know my name? And that was like, Moses' sweet spot. He could, oh, okay. So if I go, what should I call you? Right? Now, the burning bush did not say, I am who I am. The only guy who does that is Popeye. Popeye the Sailor Man. I am who I am. I am. I'm trying to live finish because I eat my spinach. I am Popeye the Sailor Man. Boop, boop. I mean, that's the only guy who says I am who I am, right? And God said, I am a work in progress, and you, meaning humanity, the children from the garden, are, my reflection. Right? And you were let go from the garden so you could have trials and tribulations, so I could see what I was doing, right? Because if I'm not seeing your reflection, I see nothing, and I have no idea what I'm doing. That's what God said. Now, do you hear anybody say anything like that? No. So I have 18 novels. Anybody want to read any of them, just get a hold of me at the dudewake42 at Gmail. Dudewake42 at Gmail. Send me your email. Say, hey, here I am. I'm so-and-so. Here's my email. And I will, I can send you a document through Google Doc. I'll send you one of my I've got 18 novels about everything. So if you like these shows, you really like me because I'm a wordsmith more than, this is just, I'm just blabbing away because, hey, I've no one's making any comments, and when, and a few of you who do, Jamie's the only guy who really somewhat says something like was, and all the others, Dragon and all the other, and who they all started out as, trolls, right? And because I didn't get rid of them, I gave them a space, they actually became part of the cadre, right? And the cadre is kind of there, but nobody says anything. Fish every now and then, but she's in the middle and always doing something, so she just says, hey, how you doing? That's about it, right? It says in the live stream, it says comments. I'm looking for comments, and nobody leaves it, okay, so you watch this thing later in the day, like it's wallpaper, well, make a comment about that. That'd be nice, right? Let's goose this egg up a bit, Now, someone was going about how terrible YouTube is, and YouTube's the best. If you want to know anything about how to fix your carburetor, how to light the pilot of your, we won't have pilots anymore. Everything will be electric, but guys, don't you know, there is no free lunch unless we use 0-point energy. And there is a free lunch. I had a number of friends. I had this one friend out there in the Jersey weeds, up there near the football stadium in the swamp, and he had driven a pipe way down deep into, past the goo into the earth, and then stuck a gigantic copper rod through that pipe. And then he covered the copper pipe, except for the bottom 2 feet of it, with insulator, like rubber, and stuck it in there. And then he put a dielectric material between the pipe and the insulator, and they attached a wire to the pipe, attached a wire to the copper rod, and he then floated a weather balloon up into the air about 200 feet, and he got unlimited current. had very little amperage, but you could draw as much amps as you wanted, meaning the potential was there. It just wasn't there like generated current is. And that's why it gets wasted, right? And so, and when Tesla discovered this at Wardenclyffe's, right? Well, he really discovered it at Colorado Springs experiments. And J.P. Morgan was funding him. Tesla, was working at ELF, extreme low frequencies, right? Because alternating current was extreme high frequencies, right? This is the other way. And he was taking it from the Earth. And so that's 0 point. That's the 0 point. And so that's the chi. And that's free electricity. And electric cars, I don't know if you guys have ever had an induction stove. That's what they want everybody to have. Instead of a gas top, you have an induction top. And that's when you turn the switch, you put your hand on the top, it's like glass, and it's not hot at all. But you put a pot on it that is an induction pot. It's like a metal pot with insulator and then a copper coil around it, and that turns that. It'll make the pot hot, hot, hot. But the stove won't be hot, hot, hot. Right? Hot will, but that's induction, right? An induction motor, which Tesla invented way back, that's why the car is called a Tesla, because they use 4 induction motors, one on each wheel. An induction motor is, once it gets up to torque, it uses no electricity. So that's why Tesla can go twice as far as like a General Motors car, which just uses a DC motor, right? The other thing about induction motor, you can use it as a generator. So basically, when you hit the brakes, it reverses the polarity, and that motor now becomes a generator, and the energy it takes to slow your car to a stop gets turned into voltage and dumped back into the battery. So it's a big jolt of a charge every time you hit the brakes. And that's why the car is called a Tesla. And Tesla did that in the 1890s. And a guy way before Edison in the 1870s, I think the first electric car was like before the Civil War, 1820, right? Before they had the steam car, before they had the gasoline car. And the other thing that's interesting, the gasoline car and the diesel car were both invented by Frenchmen who were farmers, and they had their automobiles run on alcohol made from hemp. And that's why in the United States, hemp became illegal. It wasn't because black people were smoking it. It was because it was easy to turn into fuel. And it worked. You didn't have to do anything to it. But gasoline, you have to do a lot to it to take it from oil and make it into gasoline. It took, the I.B. Farben and Bayer and DuPont and Monsanto, alchemists, 30 years to figure out how to manipulate the octane of oil to make gasoline, right? Because when they first distilled it like alcohol, it was super volatile. They put it in an internal combustion and it blew up, right? And it was real hard to get that special sweet spot where gasoline, because the liquid itself doesn't burn. The animide spray is a gas by the heat of the cylinder, right? It gets turned into a gas, and when that spark hits it, it explodes. Right? Now, the carburetor and the valves bring in just the right amount of that atomized gas, vapor, and oxygen, and boom-o with a spark, right? So that's what the carbon fueled industry is. And back in the 1890s, they knew about global warming. They knew about Earth changes because it's happened to Earth before. Earth's been around 6 billion years. There was a whole billion of those years that was just an ice cube. There was another 2 or 300 million years when it was close to Venus, when it was like a very toasty, warm, gooey, ooey kind of place, right? And so it's just doing its thing. Now, what we are doing with the petrochemical industry, turning everything into plastics, cutting all the trees down so we're going to have cows and palm oil. All of this stuff is, as that lady was talking, this is just, realizing Earth as a thing that we can destroy and make a profit off of, right? So, since Homeboy, let's see where Homeboy is.
What was that?
My dad tries to act like I'm one of those black people who, you old people try to get me to repeat the stupid ass shit that stands up for all of you.
John, why don't you just have a life? I mean, forget about politics, forget about your parents, get on an airplane, go to California where you like to be, and get a job in the movies. Don't move. Just go, go find the cheapest place you can rent by the week or day and get a job in the movies in Independence. See what's going on. Just check it out. Or go online. Go online. You're right there. You got great internet. And go online and see what you can get just going online.
You don't move to Los Angeles with no money. It's fine.
John, but see, you're not hearing what I'm saying. I'm saying don't move there. Just check it out. Get a plan before you move there.
Motherfucker, do you have any idea how expensive Los Angeles is? You don't go there and live on the streets like a poor piece of shit.
I'm not saying that you do that. So that was your average conversation with John Birmingham.
So yeah, so it's what it is, and that's why John is the canary in the coal mine of pain. He's the patron saint of self-loathing, right? He's the man, the marble man of body dysmorphia, right? Now this is something that's being pushed on every human in the material world. And Nancy Reagan was right when she said, just say no. No to all of this crap. And so people know their life sucks. And so they don't, I live, to my friends going, I think you're secretly a millionaire. I said, well, I live like a millionaire on $400 a month. And that's why, 3 or 4 of the cockroaches who are no longer in the deep green, they tried to, this one guy came down with $5,000 and waved it in my face. Here, take it. You want it. I know you need it. You have no money. It's just, you can stay here a while. I want your property. And I said, sorry, no, 120 grand, I'll leave. What? What are you? I can buy any set of lots. I said, good, go buy one of the other lots. Anyway, they're all gone. Now, the girls are still there, and that's the other shoe to fall. I wonder what will happen. Because when somebody's with somebody for, close to 30 years, and the person you're with is total dickhead, self-centered child, and whose mother is, remember that lady, mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest, that lady. Well, Colonel Sanders' mommy was 1,000 times worse because she is, where John Birmingham is the, canary in the coal mine of self-loathing and suffering. And the other one is, she's the magic mirror girl of, the Dorian Gray syndrome. So, and these are all, don't believe a word I say, these just are opinions. My opinion is, I don't know what it's worth, but, it sure could be worth something on the PayPal. How about throwing something in that PayPal, I'd love to hear that, right? But no, right? So Johnny Boy didn't, you know. So here's some more of that. I'm calling. He's not answering.
Being drunk or being in excess, but just appreciating the moment. Right now, sitting in the woods, sun is gleaming off the leaves. I had my eyes operated on yesterday, and so everything looks like a kaleidoscope. That's okay. I'm just not going anywhere. But you know, our life is a co-creation with God. So that's what to do.
And what is co-creation with God? Like I said, the Old Testament, and God sounds like a whiny bitch who's missing. He's constantly going on about Israel being a whore, you know, and he doesn't really. He's not a wrathful God per se, because all the bad stuff that happens to everybody in the Bible, God didn't do. The people did. All those wars, all that begatting, all that, fornicating. You know what fornication is when you look at it, take it from Hebrew to Greek to Egyptian to Mesopotamian to Sumerian. What does it mean? It means to be disconnected from the source. Right? And if you look at all those quote unquote pagan religions, they were monotheistic in sorts, right? But they gave props to everything that was because, they needed a business plan to monetize this, that, and the other thing, right? The Catholic Church does that. That's what, going to, when you go to on Fridays and tell the priest what you did. I mean, he's just whacking off in there. Confession's good for the soul. Oh, those priests should have done a good deal of that. I mean, I was in a seminary. That's why I didn't last. I just kept bringing, and this was 1964, 5, kept bringing up, hey, this isn't right. We should stop doing this. We have slaves here in the seminary. We shouldn't have slaves. Then I got beat up. And I rebelled. I tried Johnny Boy again. Which had a mirror, Oh, there he is. It's all about the hat. BBBB. You like the hat? Fucking under. Is that fucking under? Backing under? Bacon under? What are you talking about? Anyway. Have you been watching all this time? Pretty much the go-to name I give any the cohort of trolls is Yo-Yo. So Yo-Yo, is that? No, you have.
Sarah in catering line 101. Sarah in catering line 101.
So is school started at college?
On Monday.
Monday. You guys just cruise back in.
Yes, sir.
What year are you there?
We're both seniors.
Oh, you're about out of here.
Yeah.
What'd you study?
Marketing.
Oh, 2 things that will be replaced by artificial intelligence next week.
Yeah.
I used to be a desperate lawyer, corporate lawyer, right? And my real specialty was I could read people, right? So when we would diss people, I would just watch. You know, the lawyer would ask them the question. I would say whether they were lying or not, or what the real question. You know, I'd write the real question, ask them this. And so I had a skill set that no one had, right? So I was great in negotiations when stupid rich people who just were so full of themselves weren't smart enough to take the check, right? So I did that for 15 years, and I became that big, literally, 500 pounds.
Sarah and catering
That
line
big.
101.
I found a pair of
Sarah
shorts I had,
line 101.
and it was like I could put both my legs in one of the legs. So I died, heart attack, and you name it. And I came back, and it took me 7 years to lose 260 pounds and deal with all those other issues. But I didn't get open heart surgery. I didn't let them cut my legs off. I didn't do any of the above. I just changed my diet, exercised, meditated, did all the other things I used to do. So I have a real experience of the corporate world. So I'm living out in the woods. I bought that property 20 years ago when I had some money. And that's one of the things that made me still alive, right? Being close to nature and eating the stuff right on it, burdock and dandelions. Anyway, so I said, yes, I am living like a millionaire on $200 a month, but it'd be nice to have a little more money. So I took out my little black book and pulled up my clients, and I had been replaced by an app. Because I could put all the data that I had and get them to agree, but not fix it. I used to fix it, so they'd never come back. But they didn't. This was better because they got their 300 grand. Oh, there's your sandwich. They make really. What kind of hero did you get? So yeah. Chicken dinner. Yeah. Super good. So why did you guys go into marketing, and he went into what? Management.
I went into marketing just because it's a very broad.
Oh,
like
it is quite broad.
After college, there's a good chance for me to get a job after.
So did you study fractals at all?
Sorry?
Fractals. Marketing today is based on yes or no, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fractals is what nature is, meaning everything working together.
Right, 2517,
And in a very
right,
short
2517.
soon, everything will have to be fractals or we'll be dead.
Yeah.
But you'll still need to market that.
Yeah.
So go look at fractals.
I will. Nice
And
to
management, you're going to have to be a dick. You ready to be a dick? You already are. Okay, so you already got it. Let's see. Irresistible. Yes. Yeah, they really want to get out of here. They only stayed here until their sandwiches arrived. If you ever die, want to inherit that hat. You got to pay for it. 120. You know where I found this? In a dumpster. So, Yo-Yo, start looking at dumpsters. And it was all packaged, really nice. I mean, it was like heavily packaged, and because it goes down flat, right? It goes into its so. And I can put anything on my head, and it looks pretty good. I mean, I've birthday cakes, prove it a fact. What do you think? Not bad. Well, you're doing a good job there. Keep it up, Swami. Fucking Honda. The guy who you're making fun of wouldn't like that. He was quite the teacher. I had a teacher who was one of his students. So I was less than Kevin Bacon away from divinity. I found my ashram outfit too, my white ashram outfit. So I was digging through stuff I had out in the middle of the woods on a pallet, and it still was in pretty good shape. garbage man itself, not a dumpster diver. Swami, you don't live in Colorado, do you? Thought you were a troll boy. You may not be. Can I call you? Do I have your phone number? See, there are about 100 of you guys of the cadre. No, there's about 700 of you in the cadre, and about 100 I call my Padawan. Who like got a hold of me, gave me their phone number, and not yet. So you know who this guy singing is? English. Love Diana. His buddy who writes the songs is Bernie Tomlin. And my favorite album of these guys is Madman Across the Water. It's my favorite of his albums. But he was a Swami. Please, okay. We'll call the Swami. Since Johnny Boy won't answer the phone, we'll call the Swami. There we go. I think this is the Swami. I'm calling you, Swami. Or who I think is the Swami. I don't know anything. Don't believe a word I say. I don't know anything. Hey. Oh.
9702611
Hey.
2.
Hey.
Christian, 246, please. Christian, 246.
Well, Swami didn't pick up. Let's try somebody else. We tried Johnny Boy twice. Let's see. I sent a buddy of mine a present. Let's see if he's received it. Bang, bang, bang. Got to get the okay first. Don't like take people live about their comments. Wonder where my boy is. Whoa. The mailbox is full. Can't accept it. So he must be on the down low. See who else. Let's see.
Hello?
Hey, honey bun, we're live. Do you want to be live on the show?
Yeah, I want to be very much alive, man. You know me.
Yeah. Well, how's life doing?
Life or life?
Life. I know your queen. She's always good.
Well, life has been treating me very well, my man.
How about
I mean, I cannot complain. Even if I sit down and try to draw a picture, I don't think I would do a better picture in my life.
Well, there you go.
What's new in your world?
I'm in my doctor's town, so I have access to Wi-Fi here at the supermarket. So I'm doing a show, and they have. Do you ever go to a Publix?
Yeah, I go to Publix when I'm in Florida every time.
Yeah, well, they something like that. It's not Publix, but it's something like that. So it's a Gucci kind of supermarket. But pretty much everything in a supermarket will kill you. There isn't anything that's not poisonous. You know, it may look good, may taste good, but it's going to kill you.
I see.
There's nothing that isn't shot with artificial this and hormone.
Yeah.
You know, nothing that's not GMO. You know, nothing. So that's kind of where it's at. But what they do have, they have a very nice barbecued chicken, right? And so the ones they don't sell, they stick in the fridge, and then the next day they sell them at half price. So instead of $7, it was like $4.
But it's still half deadly or double dose of.
Well, you know, they call it free range chicken. You know, and there is no such thing as There's no such thing as a free lunch, right? There's nothing. No, the only thing free is electricity, but we're forced to pay for it.
I see. So yeah. So that free range chicken is still pretty bad, huh?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyhow,
unless it's your free range chicken, you know, the one that you gave a name to and you keep in your living room in a cage, and you've been feeding it and loving it, and then when it gets nice and yummy, you lop its head off with a pair of tweezers and put them into the fryer, and there you go. That would be relatively a lot better for you than the one you buy at the store. No matter what
you cannot see me, but you should see my doorman. This is the best thing that happened to me. Should this guy leave I'm right here in the lobby of my building. Should this guy leave this post, I'm going wherever he is. Yeah. Because he keeps me safe, and all the supermodels that come, he never puts them in the lab. He first tries them on, they're okay. Now let's it go.
Yep. Okay. So, man, why don't you share some of your good graces with me?
Good graces. Well, special kind of.
Put something into the PayPal.
That thing?
Yeah. Throw something into the old PayPal. There's something. You know, I just spent my last nickel fixing my car. I had to go through all the cushions. Looking.
How about if I bring you down there personally?
Down to PayPal?
No, I bring you down there personally to you.
Oh yeah. Come and visit again. You know what? I found one of my storage boxes I'm taking apart, and I found a nice foam bed. So you won't.
You found what? You found what, Hal?
A foam bed. So you don't have to sleep on the hardwood anymore.
Oh my God! You're trying to spoil me, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
But this guy, he can sleep anywhere. You know.
So from what I understand, you got some hassle with some guy named Swami Fakananda.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy's an asshole. I know him personally.
You know him personally.
Okay. Yeah.
He's not you, is he?
Well, sometimes he's me, sometimes I'm him.
Yes,
I
thought it was three people. I thought it was you.
Cause I have this split personality.
Yes,
in the morning I'm a jackass.
Right.
In the afternoon I'm a jerk.
Right.
And late evening I'm an asshole.
Right.
So that's Swami Fakananda. He covers all the bases, baby.
Yeah, he's a religious. It's like God. He covers all the bases. Yeah.
Well, actually, so one time I got contacted by some guy from India. So he thinks I'm a Swami, He starts talking to me. He thinks I'm high holy and starts talking to me in really respectful manner and try to pump me up, like I'm a Swami.
Well, you have Swami, meaning I've known a lot of Swamis. That was another interesting thing I found. Not only the blue hat I'm wearing. So yeah, I'm going to put it in my will that you're the one who wanted the blue hat, right?
Please, yes, that's me.
Isn't that a nice hat I'm wearing?
Yeah, I'm actually completely. I'm in love, man. I can hardly contain myself.
So how do you think I looked with the chicken wing on my head?
Chicken wing with that hat?
No. I took the hat off and put a chicken wing on my head. I said
I didn't see that, man.
I said that I can put anything on my head and it looks good.
Well, it's improvement. How about that?
And I did. I stuck a chicken wing on my head and it looked okay.
Well, so as I was saying.
Yes, and you were saying.
As I was saying about that guy from India.
Yeah.
So he contacted me. He wants to be respectful, starts asking questions about higher nature, existence, this and that.
Right, theology, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, like why we are here, all that stuff. I said, listen, just a second, sir. Let me explain you. Let me explain the nature and the origins of my name.
Uh-huh.
Well, as you know, or you may not know, Ananda is in Hindi, it's bliss. Okay?
Right.
So that's why you have Swami, this and that. It always ends with Ananda. Okay. You have Kriyananda, you have Yogananda.
Yep.
So people who achieve bliss through yoga, doing good things and so.
Right.
So I told him, do you know how I get my bliss? He said, I wouldn't know. Well, I said, can you please read the first part of my name? He says, fuck. What is this? I can't get it. I said, I get my bliss through old-fashioned banging. Then he realized who he was talking to. He doesn't talk to me anymore.
Right. Well, he doesn't. He takes himself a tad too seriously.
So I'm a bit because we got a little thing going there, man. I was getting into that high holy mode, and he left me.
Yeah, you liked it being what do they call it? Treated like a god. Right.
So you went yesterday or 2 days ago to your doctor. How did that go?
Tuesday or Wednesday, I was getting my eyes operated on, and it went okay.
But no, you said did you have operation or you just checked?
Well, they dilate my eyes. They do a bunch of them, so I really can't see for a good 24 hours. So it's really fun driving 50 miles when you can't see.
Well, that doesn't sound sexy to me, man.
I mean, you know the roads I live on, right? I was like, if I hadn't known the roads like intimately, I don't know if I made it home.
Intimately, huh?
Yeah, intimately.
Oh, okay. I like that. So anyhow.
Yes.
Yo-yo. So I see. I opened up
in my theological world, instead of Ananda, it's yo-yo.
Yo-yo. Okay.
If you're living in bliss, it's yo-yo.
So I opened up this morning my YouTube, and the first thing that pops up is you. So I had no choice but to listen to it. Right.
Okay. So did you hear that lady go on about duality and unity?
Yeah, I mean, you meet all kinds of interesting people, and those college students, you gave them some good pointers. I don't know if they're going to take it.
No. Like I said, they wanted to get out of here as fast. The only reason they sat there and listened to me was they were waiting for their sandwich to be delivered so they could run away.
These young people wouldn't listen to fucking older people. Sit down and listen. You've spent 70 years on this earth. You must have accumulated some wisdom, something, man.
Yeah, and all the crazy stuff that I've done, too.
It never happened that these young people will sit down and ask you a question. Never.
Oh, not here, no. Other places, yes.
Yeah, other places, yes. Other countries, yes.
Mm-hmm. And the other thing is, You know, this is a very bougie, white college town. So, you know, so everyone who's white in America thinks they're the bee's knees, you know?
Yeah. They're entitled. They are God's given gift.
Yeah. Well, they're going to come short on that one as soon as the electricity goes off.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's life.
Well, what can you do, man?
Not much. That's why I live where I live, you know?
It happened to me one time when I was in Georgia. A kid sat down next to me and started asking questions. That was really nice. When they want to know, he really wanted to know. So it's always nice when they want to.
Yeah, when they want to give you respect and listen to you. Yeah, that's always.
Yeah.
Well, I kind of got used to it because I had a school or two, you know. So I was in places where people actually paid me money to give them advice. So, you know, that's how I got. But now with AI, that doesn't exist anymore. People go to AI.
AI. Yeah. Well, if the intelligence is artificial, how about stupidity?
Yes.
I mean, stupidity is real, huh?
Yes. Well,
you cannot fake that.
They don't have to go far for stupidity. It's all around.
No, it's all us, man.
Yeah, it's all.
Stupidity is us, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So, homeboy, what kind of sandwich did you get? Hey, buddy, what kind of sandwich did you get?
I never got this one. It's a brand new. It's called the fried avocado chicken club, I think.
Oh.
Yeah. Sounds good.
So is it all vegetarian? It's got a chicken in there? Got a chicken in there. Got a chicken in there. Okay. So there's a chicken. Oh, there's homeboy. Hey, I'm gonna let you go and get this other guy.
Okay.
Hello, handsome. Hey, you there?
Scantily clad donut. May I help you?
So how's the auto? Oh, he likes it. Okay, I'm gonna try that. So where are you at, handsome?
I told you I'm delivering donuts. I'm on the road, baby.
No, you got a new job delivering donuts?
Well, I got a new job, and that's why I'm delivering donuts. Because I'm celebrating getting a new job, which is not delivering donuts.
Okay. So I you know you're live on the show, so just want to tell you that.
Surprise! You're on this camera.
Yep. You're live on the show.
Yeah. Wow. Well, hello.
So everything's fine. Everything is, as they say in the military lingo, nominal.
Yeah, good. Good.
Yeah, move up to the big table. You guys are grown-ups. Yeah. Really? All those tables out there are taken? All the tables out there are taken? So everyone wants to huff carbon dioxide. Anyway, so I'm in the elevator music room here, and everyone's having, it's their lunchtime. Everyone's having their subs. So you guys call them subs, right? Not heroes, right? Subs. Right. And that's how you can tell what part of the world you live in. What they call the sandwich.
Take sandwich, baby.
Yeah. So do you have a question for the youngsters?
Why?
Yeah, do you? No, okay. We'll move on. So has it started to snow in Colorado yet?
No, but we got a hell of rain last night. It was a flash flood warning.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
How much rain did you get?
I'm not sure, but we have puddles this morning. You know,
are you in a flattish land or at the bottom of a hill or? Where,
over the big valley.
okay.
We're valley. We're low. We collect the water whenever we can, you know.
Right. So where does your water come from? The pipe? Or does it come from the river? Does it come from a stream? Where does it come from?
Yeah, we're right here on the Colorado River.
So does that get fed from ice above the winter slopes?
Yes, the Rocky Mountains right up there. I can see them from here.
So has it been dry the last few years?
Yes, it has, except this spring, just a few months ago, March, April, we had a lot of rain. It rained a lot.
Yeah, and it has changed a good deal. Is it gone back to normal or more than normal?
So this is our first rain of any significance all summer.
Oh. How about all the other years?
Oh, it's hit and miss. It's up and down. You know how it is at the submarine races.
Yeah,
Like
up and down. Yeah, I got you. Because the kind of weather we are having now, we're in the deep green, is what it was about 20 years ago. I mean, it's gone back to kind of being a rainforest, you know? It rains at night and it's sunny during the day. And,
Yeah.
And maybe every 4 or 5 days it rains during the day too. So, and we get gully washers every now and then. But the water quality is definitely different. Meaning, there's stuff in the rain that's it's very interesting when a tree gets kind of more rain than it's used to, right? It doesn't, if it gets sogged out, that normally a tree would just kind of wilt a little bit, and then it would get dry, and then it'd be twice as whoopy as it was. But now, it just doesn't wilt. A good number of the leaves on the extremities of the branches turn to brown with black spots and don't fall off. They just stay there.
Well, you know what they say?
No, what do they say?
Do what thou wilt. So,
Ay.
Cheers.
So do you ever listen to the shows when they're not live? Like, so you can listen to what I say and not respond to what I say?
I had no idea that you were live. I had no idea. I'm clueless. I'm what?
So you were like most of the audience, you would watch me like wallpaper.
No, I would, sometimes I catch just out of pure coincidence, like right now.
Right.
Hey man, I'm going to deliver some cheer because my boss is so bummed out. He's got 2 trucks broken down and we're falling behind. And I just thought the only solution is a donut on a Friday morning.
I think you're right. So go to it, share the bliss. And I will call you, not Fukananda, that's the other guy. What Ananda are you?
I'm the Suck Your Nirvana.
Okay.
Tree saw me Suck Your Nirvana. Okay, I'll see you later.
Later, Slim. Okay, that's 2 for 3. One more. Let's see what goes down. We'll try our John boy. There he is. It's ringing. We're waiting for the A-lister John Birmingham to answer the phone. That movie star, that movie mogul, that greatest director.
Please leave your message for
Or-
5.
Anyway, it's been 1 hour, 10 minutes, 59 seconds. I think we've covered everything. See what time it is, how much juice I got left. 12:21. Okay. I'll probably try one more time before I leave here. Right now, I gotta go hit the little boy's room. Talk to you later.
I'm good.